You think your microgreens are a superfood, but you might actually be growing empty fiber. Most growers obsess over height. They want tall trays, giant sunflower stems, and fast growth. But what if I told you that extra inch of growth could actually be destroying the sulforaphane potential of your harvest? Because when a microgreen stretches too fast, it often becomes more water than nutrition, and that means you might be eating trays that look healthy while missing some of the most powerful phytonutrients your body and even your reptiles actually need. Today, I'm breaking down 5 massive mistakes that silently lower nutrient density in microgreens, and I'll show you how to grow for cellular integrity instead of just appearance. Because there's a huge difference between growing microgreens and growing nutrient-dense microgreens. Before you click away, I wanted to share something kind of crazy. According to YouTube analytics, most of the people who keep coming back and watching these videos actually aren't subscribed yet, which honestly blows my mind, because that means a lot of you are already part of this community. You just haven't officially joined it yet. And subscribing genuinely helps this channel more than most people realize. It tells YouTube that this content matters. It helps us reach more people who are trying to grow their own food and improve their health naturally. And it allows us to keep creating more free videos like this. So if you've been watching for a while and getting value from these videos, consider hitting that subscribe button. We've got a lot more coming on. Growing microgreens, maximizing nutrient density, avoiding beginner mistakes, and helping you grow healthier food right at home. And I'd love to have you along for the journey. I'm Connor Hebel with Island Microgreens, and let's get growing. One of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make is celebrating leggy growth. They'll hold up these super tall pea shoots or broccoli microgreens and think, wow, look how fast these grew. But rapid vertical growth is often a sign the plant is stretching for survival. And when that happens, the plant allocates more energy toward elongation and water retention rather than protective compounds like sulforaphane and antioxidants. Think about it this way. A compact stem is like a concentrated nutritional battery. A stretched stem is more like watered down juice. The goal isn't just biomass. The goal is nutrient concentration per gram. That's why commercial growers focused on health optimization often prefer shorter, stockier, darker greens. They're growing for density, not Instagram height. One of the easiest ways to fix this is improving your light intensity early, so the plants don't stretch, searching for energy. Check out this video on leggy growth to dive deeper. And that leads directly into mistake number 2. A lot of people think light is light, but different spectrums trigger completely different responses inside the plant. Plants are incredibly intelligent biologically. When exposed to certain wavelengths, especially blue light and mild UVA exposure, they interpret it as environmental stress. And that stress response causes the plant to produce more protective phytonutrients. That includes compounds connected to antioxidant activity and sulforaphane pathways. Most cheap grow lights only focus on visibility and growth speed, but modern growers are starting to optimize for phytochemical production. That means stronger blue spectrum support, better light intensity, and proper timing. You don't need to blast your greens with harsh UV all day, but giving them the right environment can encourage the plant to build stronger cellular defenses, and those defenses become nutrition for you, which is honestly one of the coolest things about growing microgreens. The plant protects itself, and in the process, it helps support your body too. And if you're enjoying videos like this and want to learn more about growing healthier, more nutrient-dense microgreens at home, Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. We've got a lot more coming on maximizing nutrition, avoiding beginner mistakes, and helping you grow amazing food right on your kitchen counter. Most people think more water equals healthier microgreens, but constantly saturated roots can actually suffocate the plant. When the root zone stays overly wet, oxygen availability drops. That can reduce mineral uptake and create anaerobic conditions that weaken overall plant metabolism. And sometimes the tray still looks healthy, which is why this mistake is so sneaky. You might get a beautiful tray with diluted flavor and weaker nutrient concentration. One of the secrets experienced growers learn is the importance of the dry back period. That slight drying cycle between waterings helps encourage stronger root development and more concentrated flavor. That's also why bottom watering is so powerful. At Island Microgreens, we use a 2-tier tray system specifically to help reduce oversaturation and support healthier root environments. You don't want swamp roots, you want oxygen-rich roots because healthy roots create healthy nutrition. Heat is one of the fastest ways to reduce quality, especially with delicate compounds connected to enzyme activity and phytonutrient preservation. A lot of growers focus on germination temperature, but forget that nutrient preservation matters during the entire growth cycle. Once temperatures climb too high, plants begin redirecting energy towards survival and stress management, and certain sensitive compounds can begin degrading before harvest even happens. That's why stable growing temperatures matter so much, especially for broccoli microgreens. You want consistency, not massive swings between hot and cold. In most indoor grows, keeping temperatures around the low 70s usually creates a much happier environment for both the plant and the grower. And honestly, some of the best trays I've ever grown were not the fastest. They were the most stable. Slow, healthy, dense growth almost always wins long term. This one shocks people because bigger is not always better. There's a peak harvest window where nutrient density is often at its highest. And if you wait too long chasing extra yield, you can actually miss that peak. The plant starts shifting energy as it matures. Flavor changes, texture changes, and certain compounds begin declining. That's why experienced growers learn to watch for cues instead of just counting days. Color, stem structure, leaf development, flavor intensity. Some advanced growers even use Brix readings to estimate sugar and mineral concentration. Now, you absolutely do not need fancy equipment to grow amazing microgreens at home, but paying attention to timing can make a huge difference, especially if you're growing for health optimization, whether it's for your family or even for reptiles like bearded dragons and tortoises that benefit from fresh, nutrient-dense greens. A harvest that's even 24 hours too late can sometimes lose part of what made it special in the first place. At the end of the day, microgreens aren't just tiny vegetables. They're living biological systems responding to every choice you make. Your lighting, your watering, your temperature, your harvest timing, all of it changes the final nutritional outcome. And once you understand that, you stop growing for speed and you start growing for density, flavor, and true nutrition. If you want to learn how to grow nutrient-dense microgreens at home step by step, check out our free training over at islandmicrogreens.com/101. And if you enjoyed this video, comment below, what microgreen do you struggle growing the most? As always, stay awesome and healthy.